Why do I need to be good all the time? I'm wrapped around his finger, but he is mine. Don't care what they say, too late anyway. Why do I need to be good all the time? Nah, 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 no drama, yeah. Nah, 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 no drama, yeah. Nah, 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 no drama, yeah, yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cleaning Life with Kia. Happy Tuesday, everyone. So I hope, first of all, that you can hear me well. We were kind of having a few technical difficulties. It's always something with me and this with tech. I don't know what's going on. So hopefully, everything will pan out because we've already started. So again, welcome. Um, I appreciate you all being here. I'm here the first and third Tuesdays of every month at 8 p.m. And hey, so I have a few guests today, but again, my name is Kia Smith. I am the owner and founder of Help Now. It is a small cleaning and organizing business here in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. So I do decluttering, I do cleaning, organization, pretty much anything household management related. And I'm using my business as a platform here to just help reach people where they are. I understand that some people may not be able to afford the services, or they may not want people in their home. Whatever the case may be, I'm just here to just assist. And here we just talk about cleaning, we talk about life, and talk about everything in between. So yay! Tonight's gonna be a real chill, laid back night. It is actually happy hour. So I do have my little wine here, but that is not really the meaning for happy hour on this show. I mean, it is good to have, a nice glass of wine or something. So if you have some, pour up. But actually, my definition of happy hour on Cleaning Life with Kia is really leaning into the things that truly make you happy and help to heal you from the things that make you sad. So, a lot of times we don't lean into those things that give us joy and make us happy. Sometimes we take those things for granted. And I just wanted to take some time to lean in to that topic today. And so I have a few little guests with me today. So he over here cheesing and grinning because I have two in the background that are doing some stuff and distracting. Y'all knock it off. So for me, and then it just gives everyone an opportunity to kind of get to know me better and what I have going on. So not only do I have the, business, I have a whole life. Like I said, it's cleaning life. So I do clean for other people. I do that in my home, and I have a life. And part of my life are my children, and they are probably the happiest part of my life. So it's happy hour. So I wanted to share with y'all the things that, you know, um, makes me happy. So they're my kids, and I'm going to kind of just have them all here for just a second. They're not going to be like the topic for the whole evening. Knock it off. Oh my God, this is going to be a long show. So, like I said, we don't lean into those things that make us happy all the time. We just kind of take it for granted, and we just kind of move. We just kind of move on. But I do notice that when things make us sad or make us feel, the opposite, we we lean into those things, and we don't lean into the things that make us happy enough. And I just find that when you're happy and you have gratitude and you lean into those things, it gives you energy, it gives you joy. So when you do have to clean your home or go to work or do it, whatever it is that you have to do on your daily, like, it gives you energy and it gives you joy. And it gives you stamina to be able to not only do it, but do a good job and be happy and grateful, while you're doing it. So we just really gonna be chit chatting and sipping a little bit. And like I said, the top of my list are my kids. Honestly, like, if you know me, anyone know me, like, my children they're everything. They're everything for me. And I'm not saying they're like perfect or anything, because I'm gonna choke them. Like those two in the back, yeah. Uh they're kids, and they're not, nobody's perfect, so that's not what I'm saying. But I just find that, you know it's good to just embrace that part of your life and share those things that make you happy. So they are definitely a huge part of my life, my happiness. So, as brief as I can, because I like. I have the boys here. So this is Caden, and he's been on here before. So if you've tuned in before, you've seen all of them. They've all been on here at some point. All of them are here this evening except for one, and I'll talk about that one on the end. Um, but I have Caden, and Caden is 17. He is in the 11th grade. He'll be a senior next year. So we're in that phase. I already got one out, and he's out of school, and then so he's next in line. So it's just so many things that are going on, but I'm just so proud of him. I'm proud of them all, but I'm proud of you. You know that. Um, and it'd be certain things that happen, in life. So in between all the cleaning and working, like, I be working a lot and doing a lot, I have to lean into the things that they're doing, you know, that makes me happy. And to some it may not seem like a lot, but like for me it'd be like everything. So for Caden, I'm just going to share a little bit about some of the things that has given me joy, made me happy here lately regarding each of my kids, because it's happy hour and these are the things that have made me happy. So the first thing I wanted to highlight with Caden is, so what was it, the beginning of the month? I think it was the beginning of the month. So Caden came home from school, and I could tell he'd be having a rough day. So Caden is not like a people person. Like, he can deal with people, he can get along with people, but everybody's different. He is just not really like a real outgoing, like, social type of person. He's just not. But when I got in one evening after work or whatever, I came in, and I could just tell. And your kids, you can just tell. And I was like, I don't know if I asked you or you came to me. I can't remember. But anyway, he was just like, I'm struggling. He's like, my second hour class. He was just like, I don't like it there. Like, he was just really, I could tell he was just really down. So I asked him, like, what was bothering him. And so he told me that he has a classmate, is Lucas, is his name? His name is Lucas, and um, he's autistic. He's autistic. So he um, was just really frustrated. And I said, well, what happened? So apparently, so how is Lucas, like, his condition? What does he do in class that?
He just really talks a lot. Like, he's a really talkative person. He knows a lot of stuff that most people don't. I think it irritates people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what he does.
So, and it's like, he can't really seem like control it. He kind of blurts out, he blurts out in class, and he rambles. He blurts out and he rambles. And he was just really disturbed that day because apparently well, you tell him.
So the kids, and sometimes the teacher, not always the teacher, but sometimes, So the kids, every time he talks, people are dismissive. They kind of like be like, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. But when other kids talk in the class, when they're making jokes and all this other stuff that doesn't really have any meaning to it, they all hee hee ha ha. But he actually knows a lot of information, and he actually be trying to help people. And then people kind of just ignore him, and they kind of just tag team and nitpick everything that he does, and it kind of is really annoying.
So it was a really hard day. I think it was a really hard day for his classmate that day. And I was sad. Like I was really sad. Like I was kind of, yeah, Kaden and I had to have a talk. He's probably high functioning. Yes. I think he's high functioning. And it was just a bad day. Like it really bothered Kaden that day, because he was just like, the students were just really extra with that student, and the teachers were kind of extra, and they do a lot of laughing and they do a lot of teasing. So that particular day, like it was just extra, and it really bothered Kaden, because he was just like, it's not right. He can't help that. The things that he do, he can't help it. And then it just makes it so worse, because then the teachers are supposed to be there to help and keep them safe and be supportive. But I mean, it was just real, and it made me so sad. Like I tell people all the time, I am a true empath. Like my kid was feeling some type of way, and then just as a parent, I couldn't imagine having a child of mine in a space where they're supposed to be safe. You know what I'm saying? And then all these things are going on, and he's autistic. So I don't even think he knows to go home and even say something, to his parents about it. And, it just made me feel some way, because I'm like, well, what if it was my kid in class and that was going on? So what did I want to do? What did I tell you I wanted to do?
You wanted to call school.
So I wanted to call the school. I wanted to snitch, because shame on them. Like it was bad. And it's like, and he's come home a few times, and that's kind of been an issue. But I'm just like, is there anybody advocating? So you mean to tell me this kid got to go in this class every day and basically be like tortured? And then that's just second hour. So as soon as he get to school, it starts. So it's like, how many more classes during the day? And I know it's not my baby. And then people will, may say, well, it ain't your business. But I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know. But we had a discussion, and I was like, hey, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I can't even tell you that I'm not gonna call the school and what you say.
It's like, please.
Please, what?
I don't want to be the center of attention.
But okay, so this is what I told him. Even if I were to call, I wouldn't call and like, hey, y'all, this Caden's mom, this Caden Smith's mom. And he told me that y'all was in there, yada yada. I wouldn't do that. But I just feel like there's just a way to handle everything. So I definitely, why y'all be so afraid for me to like call to school, stuff like that all the time?
You go to school the next day knowing whatever, you're gonna have people scolding you and stuff. I just don't want to deal with it.
I mean, has anybody ever scolded you though?
No.
So that's what I'm saying. So how do you know what I'm saying? I mean, in his defense, I know, I can understand how he feels, but I just don't think he understands like fully, because he's still a kid. You know what I'm saying? He's not an adult, and he doesn't have children. But it made me happy that my son cared enough. You know what I'm saying? It made me happy, and it made me proud to know that he had feelings, and he could identify that, someone wasn't being treated, because they don't treat everybody like that. They're picking on him because of his autism, and that wasn't good. So, people are people, but can't make promises and say that I did or didn't call. I'm just saying. Anyway, so also I'm happy because he's trying to make a decision on whether to get on the debate team. I think he would be great for that. Are you gonna try out?
Yes.
I think he would be awesome. He had a debate the other day and he won. What was your debate over?
Over if pi should stay its regular number with all the little decimals, or if it should be exactly 3.
And what was your debate?
I argued that it should stay the exact same how it always is and always will be.
Why?
Because when you use mathematical equations and you use pi for formula, and it makes it more accurate because you have decimal numbers. And then if you round it to 3, you're kind of being inaccurate because you're kind of just rounding off instead of using all the little decimals.
Okay. Well, I'm not good at math like that, so I can count money, but he won the debate, and listen, and he don't mind going back and forth with you. So that's kind of like his thing. So I think he'll be great at the debate. So good luck with that. I'm sure that you're going to do great, like you always do. He's doing a lot of testing. Like I said, he'll be a senior next year. So I mean, we're shelling out money like ACTs and all that type of stuff, trying to get him prepared and get him ready. So I'm just super excited about that. You know, that's coming along. Before you know it, graduation will be here, and then it'll be another one gone, you know, 2 out of 4. You know, time is really moving on. And then the last thing that makes me happy with this one, also, it's a lot of things, but, you know, just a few, you know, points, you know, make you happy hour. And so Hayden is he's our yard person. He's the one that cut the grass. He's the one that's designated to do the yard or whatever. So he cuts the yard. He does a great job. But it's not the fact that he just cuts our grass. What makes me really happy is that we have a neighbor. She's an older, elderly neighbor, and he cuts her grass. He cuts her grass for free, and he's been doing that for years. And sometimes, you know, she'll give him a little something or whatever the case may be. And whether she gives him something or not, he always cuts her grass, and he does an amazing job. And she's always so happy and so grateful. And she's always bragging about, you know, what a good young man he is. And not only him, but all of them. And I think that is just such a sweet and kind thing for him to do. And I just love that they're just doing things that are going to help them, not only now, but just in their future, you know, having a kind, compassionate heart. So I love you. You can go now. I know you're ready. Thank you. And then is this one. And y'all see him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is 15-year-old. This is Tobias. So this is the guy y'all see. This is the face that you see. Yeah. This is the face that most of you all see most of the time. You better knock it off. He's the face that you see all the time. He's here more so on the podcast, more than the others, I'll say. But so far as like business wise, he is my right hand. Like we're the dynamic duo. So I'm just proud of him all around, because I mean, he is like hardcore, both feet in, heart in, and everything when it comes to the business. And he just makes sure that I'm good. He's just there. Like he's been doing it with me for so long. Like he just knows what to do. And I appreciate that so much. And anytime anything comes up, no matter what it is, like he's just always on board, and he's always ready to take on whatever challenge or whatever. So we have to tell them briefly. I'm gonna go more into detail, but we'll tell them briefly. So we did a thing yesterday. Yeah. And it was really nice. So I was asked to speak at a core program meeting yesterday. And so I initially was asked to speak for a group of maybe like 12 women, and ages like 35, like 45. And actually the age ranges, it varied. It varied. That was not right. That's just what I was asked, but it was totally different once we got there. And it was supposed to only be women, but it ended up being just a group, just a mixture of men and women. And so Kawhi, he's typically not like he has really, really, really gotten out of his shell. He's typically not the type of person who like to speak in front of people or, move around. Even when we would go to clients' homes in the beginning, like he would be kind of shy. You would always be friendly and kind and welcoming, but he didn't have too much to say. He would just kind of come in there and handle his business. And they may ask him questions, and you can just kind of see it in his eyes, like, I'm just here to work. But the clients are so good too. Like they just love him so much. Like they be treating him better than me. Look, they be tipping him on the side. They be like, come here. And they put a little money in his hand. And like he did be doing his thing. So we were at this meeting last night, and when I tell you, I appreciate you for like stepping in and stepping up. And I'm talking about, I had gifts, I had all kind of things going on. And I mean, he just knew what to do. He stepped in. I didn't have to lift too much. Or if I was over here doing this, he go over here, over there and do, something else. And he was just very happy to help. And how did you like it? So how did you feel about it?
I think it was good. Like at first they weren't really like opening up like that, but like more towards the end, like everybody was like laughing, made each other laugh.
Yeah,
good.
it was really good. People are kind of nervous at first. I did an icebreaker with them, and it was just to get them to kind of open up and be more transparent and be more honest, because I think that's the main thing. Like people are all clammed up when you meet people and you're a stranger to them. Like they don't, they're just not going to come in a room and just go to blurting everything out. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what questions to ask and things to say in order for them to open up. But it was a really, really, really good experience. And he's just like a really well-rounded kid. He works and he loves to work. He loves making money. He loves buying his own stuff. He has his own thing going on. Like he's just really nice to see. But and outside of all that, he's just really kind and gentle, and he's logical and friendly. He's a really good, all of them are good, but everybody have their own different, traits and characteristics. So, another one of my happy spaces is, being with this guy, and he's good. And I tell them that all the time, that I love him and I appreciate him, but I have a platform so I can tell them in front of everybody, thank you. And you make me happy. Yeah. Yeah. You good. You can go. I told you I'm not gonna keep y'all long because I know y'all be wanting to do other things. Tell the people bye.
Mm-hmm.
Dear God, this is the last one. This is the one. Yeah. So this is Eli. This is the youngest. This is my baby, but he not a baby. Oh, yeah. Definitely make me happy. He just, I don't know, Eli, you just be doing everything. You just be doing what you, yeah, yeah, he that kid. So then today he comes home and basically, I was that when you, do you like this girl? You trying to go? Yeah. Do you like her? That's just your friend. So anyway, he comes home today talking about trying to give some parent information, some girl that's his friend. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because girls and guys can be friends or whatever. And he was wanting to go to Sky Zone this weekend. And he was telling me the girl's name and, yada, yada, yada. And can me and the mom exchange numbers and all that jazz. So Eli's trying to still find his way. He don't like cleaning. I would never take him to a client's house. Ever. That would never happen. And he's not mad about it because he don't even want to listen. He don't even want to do the stuff he's supposed to do here at the house. So I wouldn't dare take him anywhere. Ain't no sense in putting your hand up like that. Like, oh my God. Like I know. So he the kid that, like, I love my kids so much, and we make light and we have fun. We laugh all the time and joke, and we have real transparent conversations. But like I said, he's the one trying to still find his way. Like, he is like in an extreme trying to be a kid type mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the one, I think, out of all of them. Like, I be wanting to Homer Simpson him. You know what Homer Simpson mean? When I say want to Homer Simpson, like, yeah, he's that kid. Like, oh my God. So I'm sitting here as the podcast starts, and like, he in the back dancing and moving around and doing all kind of, like, dude, like, yeah, he the one that take me there. But I love you. And like, him just being him makes, like, me happy. He make the whole house happy. Like, he keep everybody on their toes. He keep everybody laughing. He ain't afraid of nobody. He gonna argue with everybody. He gonna bait them into an argument or something and giggle about it. Like, it's so bad. Like, it's a lot of excitement that goes on in my house. And like, yeah, they be my nerves. So yeah, they make me happy, but they also be on my nerves. So I'm gonna be real transparent. I don't want to come on here like, oh, they're the perfect children. No, they're not. And I'm not the perfect mom, you know what I'm saying? But that's what makes, everything so beautiful. I'm like, it's the imperfections that make everything all right and make things good, because it's real and it's transparent. So I'm proud of you. You're doing good in school. You're moving over to another school next year. He's doing great in school. He has a great friend base. His teachers love his attitude and tenacity. Like, I love him because he's free. Like, he's really like a free child, free spirit, but he's a good child. He'd make us all laugh. Like, he'd be having my mama in stitches. Like, he'd be having us all in stitches. So, and I found out I was like pregnant with him. It's like, oh my God, it's 4 children. What am I gonna do? But honestly, like, he was like the missing piece to the puzzle. Like, life couldn't be life without Eli. And if you ever met him or dealt with him or heard a story about him, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I love you, and you make me happy, and now you can scream. Because you've been in here cutting up the whole time.
I'll just catch you later.
Yeah, bye. Close the door behind you. Bye. Be gentle.
Okay.
All right. So yay, that's that. Got that on out the way. But yeah, they are they really do. They really do make me happy. And so I've entered into a contest, and it's the Supermom. You can go to thesupermom.org. And so I'm in a contest to win a weekend getaway to Napa Valley and a $20,000 cash prize. So yeah, both for me. 20,000. And like, I was talking to the kids about that, and they were just so, proud and excited. Like, every night they're like, I gotta vote, I gotta vote, I gotta vote, I gotta vote. And they feel like, yes, Mom, you deserve that. You deserve that. So they're voting for me and everything. And even with that money, you be thinking, people be thinking, oh, that's money you're gonna take and use it all for yourself. I don't care if it's $20,000 or $20. Like, I love to help people, and I'm going to find a way to do something great with it. Yes, I probably will take the boys on like a really good vacation because they deserve it. Like, they really do. And I'm a single mom, so I don't get a chance to just be out like that and going and doing, because I have to work and I have responsibilities, and I have to be logical about how I spend my money and how I do certain things. And they are just really good about being so supportive and being so patient with me, because I have a lot of irons in the fire, but they just support me along the way. They always tell me how proud of me they are. And that's a good thing. I love when people compliment it, make you feel good, but it really means something, when your children are supporting you like that, and they're actually intentional and they mean what they say, because I really love being their mom, and I am intentional about how I move and what I do in like all aspect of their lives. So, and then the last one, he's not even here because he probably at the gym, or it's no telling, with his friends or something like that. So my oldest, he is 19, and he graduated last year and decided to take a gap year to decide exactly what it is that he wanted to do. And he decided that he's going to go to the Air Force. So he's committed. It's been a process. He broke his ankle a couple years ago, so he had to get a waiver and all that type of stuff. And you know, it takes time for all that stuff to get processed, but everything is good. And yeah, so didn't see that one coming. I did not see that coming, like all those years. And that's just another thing too. We have to understand as parents that we can have all the plans we want for these kids, and when they get to an age where they can make decisions on their own and they're legal to do those things, you know, there's really not a lot that we can do but support them. So that really just it blew my mind, actually, because listen, I'm making plans for him to go to college somewhere, and he was just like, it's not for me right now. You know, that's not for me right now. Savaje is very social and very outgoing, very fun. Like he's like, I want to live my life, and he wants to do what he want to do. And it's crazy when you have those kids that have a lot of your characteristics. Like he's very headstrong, and I'm that way when it comes to certain things. But the only thing with, you know, me being that way and him being that way is that, you know, they're still young. So it's like, it's okay to be headstrong and this and that other. But, you know, when you're 19, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about when it comes to a lot of stuff. So you still need people to help guide you and stuff like that. But he's still headstrong like I am too. And like certain things, like when I have my mind made up, or if I don't want to hear that mess you talk about, I'm just not. You're really wasting your time, and I really don't care. I'll be respectful or whatever the case may be. But, you know, it's just going to be the way that it is. And he's pretty much that way. But he's a great young man, and he knows what he's doing. And I actually think that it's going to be good for him. It'll allow him to travel. He wants to do that. He want to travel. He want to meet people. He want to see places and do things. And you know what I'm saying? He already knows like what he wants to actually do. And I'm very supportive. You know, I'm not what you would call like pro-military. I just, you know, again, I'm an empath. I don't, you know, when I think of like military, I'm thinking like, you know, war and people dying and all this type of stuff. And I'm about peace and, you know, love. And I be telling myself, I think I was a hippie or something in a past life or something. I don't know, but my heart ain't built like that. So that's the first thing. And honestly, when he like firmly made a decision, decided that's what he wanted to do, baby, I bawled. Like I cried so much. And it wasn't like just hysterical. Like it saddened me. And then it's like, and then he's just gonna be gone for like a certain amount of time where he can't call, he can't be you know, he won't be at home, and he can't come home if and when I want him or need him to. You know, he's just kind of gonna be out doing his grown man thing. And it wasn't like I was falling out all out on the floor kicking and stuff, you know, when he told me. But like we were, you know, we have open, transparent conversations. And you know, there had been a few times where I would just be trying to talk to him, because we have to talk about the plans and what's going on and what's the next step, and you know, yada yada yada. And I just found myself sometimes just bawling, and I would have to tell him like, can we please talk about this later? I'm so sorry, I can't talk about it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, that's my baby, that's my firstborn. And so to all the mothers who have had to, you know, when it was that time to kick your baby out the nest, your little baby bird out the nest, just you know what I'm saying? Like, hats off to you, because I'm going through a lot of firsts. He's my oldest, so I'm going through a lot of firsts. And you know, it's hard. I don't be talking to people about it, like a lot of stuff to be going on, or basically anything to be going on in my life. You know, it may be a few people, and then I have to be careful with certain things, because like, they're my kids. I love them so much, but then I talk to my mom, and she ain't no better. She worse than me. So we, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to those kids. when it come to those kids. So even with that, she was like, I don't know. She kind of feeling the same way. And then I had to start having a conversation with her, like, well, Mom, he's made a firm decision. He's committed. This is what he wants to do, and we have to support him, even though, you know, and she kind of been quiet about it, but I can tell she don't just like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't just like it, but I've grown to be okay with it because he's happy about it. You know, it's not something somebody's trying to make him do or anything. Like, he's actually excited about it. So that's the thing that gives me joy. But I just know, so y'all just keep sending me some good love and light and energy and prayers and all of that, because I know me, like, when it's time and it's time for him to go, like that first you know, I don't know, first week, first month, first year, I don't know how long it's gonna take. You know, I know that's gonna be difficult for me, and I'm already, you know, trying to prepare myself, and I know that I'm not gonna just truly get the brunt of it all until it happens. But you know, I'm so very proud of him, and that makes me happy too. He's a good kid. He takes care of himself. When he decided, well, he was already kind of like a gym rat, you know. He go work out, and I mean, he's in shape for it and all of that. But honey, he has a friend that went to the Navy here not too long ago, about 2 months ago, and he said his mama slept in his bed for like 2 weeks after he left, just sleeping in his bed because she missed him so much. And I mean, I'm like, you know, I don't want to be, you know, you have some moms, they some tough moms, and I'm tough. I feel like I'm tough. I'm tough, y'all, a little bit. But I'm gonna shed some tears. And then it's like, I don't talk to a lot of people, and I don't talk to a lot of people about, you know, what I have going on. So the few people, you try not to overwhelm people, you know, with what you're feeling. So a lot of times, you know, I just keep a lot of things to myself, but like that made me feel some type of way in my core, because that's my baby, and I love all my babies. But you know, when it wasn't nobody, it was just me and him. You know, it was just me and him. He was my first, and it's just something about that attachment, and it's something about mothers with their sons, you know. And I have all boys, so I don't know, y'all. You know, it's just one day at a time, and it is something. I'm in this garage, and they let something in here. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't do bugs like that. So I'm flying around. But anyway, so that's that. That's the first part of my happy, is all of that and all of them. That took up over half the time, but they really do make me happy. They really give me joy, and they really give me energy. Their love gives me energy to do all the amazing stuff that I do. So we were talking about briefly when Kavar was here about how we had to go speak yesterday evening. And so I want to go back to like my mission statement. And my mission is to help our clients manage their home and organize parts of their lives that matter the most by bringing families and communities together through complete household management. We have a passion to help, heal, and nourish our clients through life, whether they need help now or later. So we went to this meeting. It was supposed to be all women, ended up, and it was supposed to be like a certain level of women, certain ages, and it completely was just not that. It was a mixture of women and men, so I wasn't prepared for that, and it was more than I had expected. And this was my first speaking engagement, but I didn't get nervous like I thought I was, because I was like, at that point, it's nothing that I can do. I'm here, they here, and I'm gonna have to just go with it. But I felt kind of because, you know, sometimes when you you know, guys sometimes have a different, you know, their thinking is different when it comes to like cleaning and certain conversations that women have when it comes to cleaning and help and those type of you know, type of things. So I just didn't know how it was going to go. But when I tell you, it was like the best thing ever. First of all, it was for a core program. So, and I was in North Tulsa. So it was just in a space where people need a lot of help. They needed that advice. They needed some inspiration. They needed tips, like all the things that I do. they actually needed that. So they received me so well, so lovingly, and so graciously and gratefully. Like it just warmed my whole heart. And I did an icebreaker with them. And it was basically to get them to kind of open up and be, transparent about um it was the icebreaker was called 6-word memoirs. So it was like 6 words on an index card, and I wanted them to describe like kind of what they were going through or how they were feeling like presently, and then I had everyone, I didn't force anyone, but pretty much everyone, with the exception of maybe a few, to share what they had on their cards. And we were just talking about like, cleaning and everything, that goes on with this, cleaning life and literally everything that goes on in between. But the commonality with everyone was a lot of people said that they felt alone. They felt alone. And, I'm here to talk about cleaning. And so the program, they were doing like a series on like mental health. So how I ended up there was because at one of the meetings before, they were asking them like, what are some things that are affecting your mental health? What are some things that are, you're struggling with or you're bothered with, that you're having a hard time? And almost everyone was like, my home, like I don't have help. I'm busy. I don't know how to do these things. I don't know where to begin. I don't know who to talk to. Is there somebody to talk to? So somebody put me on, and that was the reason why I was there. And it was the same for the women and the men. They were all saying like, we felt alone. We feel alone. So my goal always is to bridge the gap, is to bring people together. Like everybody want to fight for like just all the wrong things. People be saying they want to help, but their ego is always involved in it. And people, they don't need that. You know what I'm saying? People be really going through and they don't have anybody to talk to. They don't have anywhere to go. It's like, who do you go to? Like for this type of stuff, like, because if your home is not in order, it does bother you. It can cause you to have a breakdown and a meltdown. And a lot of people, they just don't have conversations surrounding that, so I just love that, that I talk about it, and I'm happy to talk about it, and I'm open and I'm honest. Like I said, this may not be the platform for everybody. Like everybody got their thing, but for the ones that it is for, I'm learning that it is really a blessing and has been a blessing to them. So that makes me so happy. And do you know how good it feels to be doing something so purposeful and meaningful, with your life? Like it's a different type of feeling. It is a different type of feeling to do something that has substance to it. Like to be doing something and you feel it. Like I get butterflies. I love to see people smiling. I love to see people happy. And it may sound corny, to some people, but I don't care what it sounds like to other people, because I know the energy that I bring. I know what I see. I know what I feel. And then that's why I had my babies on here, and to be able to do something like that and have your children not only see you doing some stuff like that, but join you and support you. Like it is just enough to make me cry. Like I am so fortunate and so grateful. And like I say, all my kids, they don't be out there like about doing like Caden is not. I took him on one session with me. It was a declutter just to try to see, like, I know not to take Eli at all. I would never in life ever take him, because he ain't the one for that. I took Caden one time, and like I said, Caden is not a people person. Like he go in there and be like, how did they even get like this? Like he'll go in there fussing. How did the house even get like this? He don't even live there. What y'all doing up here? You can't do that, Caden. And Samaje, he used to work. And they all know how to do, the things that I do, but it had to be the right people in the right place. But even the ones that don't go to clients' homes with me or whatever, or help me in that way, like they support me. They know how busy I am. They know how important this is, and they respect me because they know that it's a lot, and they know that it's a balance. I have to balance working because I do have a full-time job. I have to balance that job. I have to balance the business. And most of all, I have to balance whatever I have going on at home first, because you always got to take care of your home first. Your home is your first, priority. And yeah, that's why I had to hire a maid. Yes, you have to hire somebody. Like, if you're able to, like, that is such a good thing to hire somebody to come in and help if you can. Like, people be needing me so bad, and I see where they need me. Some people, they just don't even have a clue where to start. They don't have time. They don't know. So it's my purpose. So I can do it, and I don't feel no type of way about it. When I do things that aren't lining up with my purpose and stuff that I don't like, I struggle at it. But things that I know that I'm supposed to be doing and that I'm good at, like, it's like second nature. It's just second nature to me. So I'm just so blessed that everyone has been so supportive, even outside of my kids, just my community, my family, my clients are like my second family. So I don't do nothing really. I don't go anywhere. I just gotta go to work. And, of course I deal with my babies and stuff like that. And I deal with my clients. It's kids, work, and clients. That's pretty much what I do. And I spend a lot of time alone, and it gives me time to think and process and come up with new ideas and ways to help. Like, they need me in so many ways, and it just, I don't know, it just fills my heart with joy, and it just makes me giddy, and it makes me happy, and it makes me excited, and it gives me energy. It's fuel, it's fuel for my soul, and it allows me to love on people harder and more intentionally. And I just feel like it's just a beautiful thing. I don't know. I'm just in my space where I'm just at peace, and I'm happy, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that. I don't have too much time. I told you I'd be rambling, but it'd be good rambles. I don't want to say it like it's a bad thing. So weird thing about me, interesting thing about me. I won't say weird. I'll say interesting thing about me. So I do spend a lot of time alone. I'm not a big phone person. I don't really like to talk too much. I don't like to spend a lot of time texting and doing all that. Like, I'm busy. I don't really have time for all that. And I'm not trying to sound, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like we got work to do. Like, we have a whole life. I'm 45 years old. I have been here more years than I'm gonna be here. I got more years behind me than in front of me. So we got to get busy out here. There are really things to do. You think you were so intricately and purposefully designed to just be basic and be mediocre. I don't believe that. Like, I don't feel, I don't feel like that. So I love to just spend time with myself. And that'd be the problem. A lot of people don't want to spend time with yourself. You spend time with yourself, like, everything just kind of starts to open up. And I've just always kind of be a certain way. I'm just kind of, like I said, different. My discernment, my intuition, it's different. And when I'm alone and I'm in those spaces, like, I get a lot of thoughts, and I get a lot of downloads that actually help me and propel me in my journey. And so before we get off of here, I'm just gonna share like some of the downloads that I've had. And this will be where, I'm sitting somewhere just to myself. I may be in meditation a lot of times on my way to work, or if I'm running errands, and depending on what I'm doing and where I'm going, I may be in my vehicle, and I won't even like listen to music. Like, I won't listen to nothing. Like, it is complete silence. But in that silence, like, you will get everything that you need if you're willing to listen and pay attention and adhere. So like, all the times, like, I get so many downloads. Like, I actually have sticky notes, I have journals, and because when I tell you they hit me, it's for me to write down and to save. And some of those messages are just for me personally, and then a lot of those messages are for me to share with other people. So a lot of times, most of the time, I've learned to just kind of keep it to myself, because you know how people are. People don't want to listen. But then you have to be like, there are people that need those downloads, and God is like, I'm giving them to you for a reason, and I'm having you to write them down and save them and share them for a reason. So I'm going to share a few of them that I've had lately and that I just feel like I needed to share. I don't know who they're for. I know they're for me and work for me as well, but it was for me to share, with other people. And it's just a few. And we got like, maybe a little more than 10 minutes. So, and it's just random. And if you've ever been on this, show before, I'm real random. Like I'll just, but that's what makes it fun. So one of them that I've had, and I've learned too, is people crave to be everywhere except where they are truly needed. I'm going to say that again. People crave to be everywhere except where they are truly needed. There are so many spaces to fill. There are so many things going on out here. And people want to be everywhere, but probably where they should be. You could be a source of light, support, a helping hand. You just think you got a whole healthy body. If you have a whole healthy body and healthy mind, there are some places where you're actually needed and that's required of you. But guess what? People want to be somewhere else all the time. You know what I'm saying? And they crave it. Like they seek to be in those places. But then those same people wonder why things are like unfolding the way they unfold in their lives and things aren't going a particular way because you are somewhere you shouldn't even be. You should be over here, but you're over here. And people, they love that, being the opposite of where they're supposed to be. You can obviously see spaces where people could be of help to other people. And instead of them being there, like they're just so excited to be over here with some foolishness. Yeah, people crave to be everywhere except where they are truly needed. Another one was you have to inspire by example. At one point I was just kind of timid a little bit about getting out here and getting my footing under myself because like I got a lot of stuff going on. Like I really do, but it's a lot, but it all makes sense and it all flows. And you can't do that with just a thought in your head. Like you have to be an example. You can't, a lot of people just love to talk. I like to talk too, but as much as I talk, I'll double that. I'll double that in my actions. I'll double that in my actions. So it's okay to talk when you're about that business and you handle your business and you're doing what it is that you're supposed to. So you have to be able to inspire people by example. You can't just inspire people by just telling somebody else to do some stuff that you're not even doing. So you got to inspire by example. Another one was our mistakes contribute to our growth. A lot of times we make mistakes and things happen. And sometimes we be thinking that's the worst of the worst. And oh my gosh, and this is so bad. But all of those things, you're going to get past them. And they contribute to you growing. If you're adamant and you're intentional about not making the mistakes and you learning from your lessons, like you grow from that. Anytime you learn anything, that's a contribution. That's a contribution to your life and to your growth. So mistakes are okay long as you aren't repeating them over and over and over and over. Because at that point, that's just something that you want to do. But mistakes happen and things happen, but they contribute to your growth. They help you. Another one was every version of myself that I have lived has gotten me to where I am and who I am today. So you should, and we all, and I'll just speak for myself, forever evolving, never the same person. Like you be looking different, feeling different, moving different, talking different, but everyone should always evolve. You shouldn't be able to look back 5 years and be like, you know what, I'm the same person today as I was 5 years. But every version, no matter if I felt like it was a good version or not so good version, I might be in a healing version or a learning version or whatever version of your life is, it has made me and you and all of us who we are today. And we shouldn't feel any way about that if you move past it and you've gone on. But it has got me where I am, and I think I'm pretty awesome today. Like, as I like present day, no, I'm not perfect. Like, I don't think I'll ever be perfect, and I'm not even striving for perfection. But like, if you were to just sit with yourself, are you okay with who you are? Like all the different versions of yourself. Are you okay with what it has equated at this? I mean, like on today, like April 15th, 2025, at 8:55 p.m. Like, are you okay? And I ask myself that often, and like I love myself. And that is such a good feeling. And I mean that from my core. Like sometimes people say that, like, I'm cool, yeah, I'm good. But no, I mean that with every fiber of my body. Like, I'm just so happy and so at peace in those things that used to bother me and circumstances and whatever that, I've ever gone through. It has made me who I am. And it's like, I'm proud of who I am today. So I don't feel any way about that. And another thing was learning to love myself beyond the limits that I ever expected. People are like, just like I said, are really cliche about, saying that they love themselves. And, it's just kind of cliche because you don't want to tell nobody, I guess, that you don't love yourself. Like, I mean, there's some transparency for you, and most people aren't, transparent like that. But I can honestly say, so then it's like you get in that space. And so every day I wake up and I'm just trying to make sure that I'm keeping that energy alive every day so that I can feel the way that I feel. And like, even now, it's not even about keeping the energy up. It's just who I am. I'm just so happy and excited to be in this space. And it's not because anything is just going so great or anything is not going so great. It is just a sense of peace. And I don't know. It's just a lot of good feelings. It's a calm feeling. And I'm just happy to be in that space. And I'll be happy for other people, when they're in that space as well. And then what I also noticed too is that a lot of people aren't in that space. So that's another reason why, you want to help people. I want to help people because sometimes when it comes to peace and things of that nature, people think it's unattainable. They think it's a myth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, true peace. They think it's a myth. They think it's just something that you say, and it's not. It's actually a real thing, y'all. And it is here for everybody to experience and to have. But, you have to move a certain way. What I say all the time, you got to do the work. There's work involved. You just don't wake up like that. And you got to be around people who want to co-create life with you. You have to be intentional about having certain energies around you. You would not believe the amount of people that I have had to boot out of my life. And it's not because I wanted to or anything, but didn't nobody want to co-create life with me. I don't want to sit and talk about other people all the time. I'm not shallow. I'm not messy. I'm not drama filled. I mean, talk to anybody that I talk to. And I don't do that. I mean, I can get on here on this whole platform and say I don't do that. I want to be in spaces with people who want to co-create life, who want to do some things, who want to help, like, lift the vibration of this place. This is a crazy world out here. It's a lot that's going on out here. And people just yak, complain. And they take all that energy complaining. But you're never doing anything to make it better. So that's why I'm still basking from last night because I know that I was right where I needed to be. It was divine purpose. It was divine timing, divine intervention. When I tell you, I felt like I had been there already. I knew that's where I was supposed to be, helping those people. I gave away 3 hours of cleaning and decluttering service. And we played a game and then we spin the wheel. So because I put all these names on a wheel and I had a ton of gifts. So I work at Walgreens and I be getting all the good stuff on clearance. And I mean, I had like pull-ups, I had all kind of stuff. And not only that, I do decluttering for my clients. So when my clients be having good stuff, they be having good stuff. So I'll take their stuff instead of throwing it away. And I, bless other people with it. So I took all that stuff that I had kept, I took it there and we would spin the wheel. So during my spiel or whatever, I'd be like, goodbye, spin the wheel. And then we would call a name and they would come up there and they would get a gift. They took all those gifts. I took clothes from my client's home. I mean, clothes that still had tags on them. Those people were so grateful and I was so grateful. They were so happy. But the final gift was a 3-hour cleaning service. And it was just like I said, everything was just me, because the lady that won, she has 6 children, I think, and her husband is starting dialysis. So you just think you have
I'm wrapped around his finger, but he is mine. Don't care what they say, too late anyway. Why do I need to be good all the time?